Dr. Padmakshi, I have this question for you. So, with COVID now, children are all studying at home, kind of semi-homeschooling is happening, and there's a lot of parental anxieties, to be honest. They don't know what to do with their kids, and especially when they're naughty. Like, there are parents where they're like, I don't know, like, where to leave them. We're all stuck in the house. From more than being a lovely, enjoyable experience, it's become like a punishment on when will this COVID end? When are people going to go back to their offices and schools? So especially when it comes to parental anxieties, how to deal with it, Dr. Padmakshi?
When we speak about parental anxiety, this parental anxiety existed even before Corona too. They had issues with their children even before also. Probably they're still complaining now also. They will complain again also. I'm like sure they'll not. It's not that they'll stop complaining. Mm-hmm. And then when it comes to this concept of work from home, when the parents are working, we shouldn't forget the fact that this work at home also is there.
Right.
And most of them, my patients and everybody, I had of all stand up. They were like, and then the calls especially increased from the housewives. They're like, oh my God, my life was really much better. They all came and now they're all at home. And trust me, it is really got horrible. When these are the words used by those ladies. It's like, my husband doesn't even cooperate. Now I realized what kind of a tough man he is. My wife doesn't even understand. See, in an office setup, you have somebody to come and get a cup of coffee to you, and you cannot dictate the same way to your wife here or even to the husband, and telling it to the children. So what this come to parental anxieties, and even there are children with a lot of anxieties. There are children who have told me, my God, I didn't even know my mother is so unbearable. She's like all the time behind me. At least when I went to school, iska chik to ban ho jata tha, but it is not never ending. So that is what even I'm telling you, the complaints were not just from one type of people. As we were talking, it was for everybody. My friends' children said, I want to talk to Padmakshi and to give me her number. I will talk to her. I will complain about you. This is the way they've actually spoke to me. So I would like to tell everybody, just imagine, you cannot take care of your own one child. So how about the teacher who did it in school? So please understand. So next time you complain about the teacher from school saying my child did not write, that could not happen. So please understand, your one teacher will be taking care of 20, 30, 40 students. There are 10 classes. In big schools, there are 80 in a class. Understand her plight too. So that's when probably as I told you, Corona was kind of an understanding time or realization times to so many. That's when so many parents told me, yeah, madam, now I understand. I tell them 10 times, they don't even write it. My sister-in-law is at home. She's downstairs. Before coming here, she was yelling at her son. What are you going to do in life? You are in 10th standard. I said, listen, allow him to breathe. She's not even allowing him to even give an explanation why he could not write or read and things like that. And then parents feel because of COVID, the children are not getting proper quality education. No learning is happening and all those things. So for that type of a parental anxiety, I would like to tell everybody, we all live. To live, we need to have proper skills. So please teach your children the right skill sets. And education is something which ends at some point of time, but learning is something which happens the whole lifetime. If at all your child, so now in Karnataka, the syllabus have been reduced by 30%. The children will be reading 70%. Just imagine, first of all, they're getting only this much knowledge. In that you cut even 30%. What is the quality information they're going to get? The children ask me, this was there, the teacher cut it. So I don't even understand what it is. So we have to understand, please teach your children how to live life. Irrespective of whatever happens, I have to survive. Teach them skills. Teach them communication. They hardly communicate. So they see the child standing, the first thing they say, come on, take a book and read. No, that is not the thing. That doesn't happen. In school also, if your child is sitting in a classroom, that 8 hours also, they will not be reading. They'll be talking with their friends, they'll be walking around, a lot of things will be happening. In that way, a lot of learning happens. The whole personality of the individual just doesn't happen by just keeping a book in front of you and reading. It is by understanding of the environment, a lot of hereditary factors, a lot of social things, all these things we have to understand. See, in Japan, the children are actually taught how to deal with disasters, because there'll be volcanoes, there can be a lot of negative things happening in their lives, and even something goes wrong, the children know how to deal with it, even the parents. But in India, it doesn't happen like that at all. In India, every parent wants their child to sit in a four-wall room, read, and then you ask a question, they have to answer without missing a single word. For them, that is learning. For me, that is not at all learning. I tell everybody, if I ask a question for their age calibers, they should be able to explain it in their own words, irrespective of the language. It is not like that. So they say, my child should talk in English. The child is unable to express its own emotions in the mother tongue, and parents expect them to talk fluent English by the age of 9 and 10, or even in 4th standard, 5th standard, 6th standard. And then you ask them back, were you doing the same? The answer is no. No, I did not know. I couldn't do. So I want my child to do. So as parental anxiety stem out from those kind of things, I could not do, let them do. So I tell my parents, are you ready to keep the mobile phone away from you in a 1 hour distance for 1 hour? They'll say no. How do you expect your child to do it? Because there is a technique called tell to show technique. That means by only telling, your children won't listen. They'll only listen and forget. By doing and even showing it, by doing it, probably they'll follow a little. By showing it, by getting involved in their lives, probably you will get much better results. So I tell every parent, take them to your kitchen. Let them know there's something called kitchen. Learning happens there also. They cook your authentic dishes, because the traditional dishes are forgotten now. Come on, teach them. In how do you know the value? Mothers themselves now don't know the value of tur dal, 1 kg tur dal. How do you expect them to teach the child? I tell them, you learn it first. Teach it to your child. For this whole pandemic times, utilize situations to become more positive than instead of complaining. That's exactly I want to tell everybody. And then for work from home, Madam mentioned, no, a lot of sounds do come and all. I'm sure there was the time for getting ready. My daughter told me this, and my nephew told me, see, the time you get ready now is all reduced. So you can use it for working, it seems. So it is their way of looking. So this is what's taught to me by children. So we have lots to learn from children. So when we have to learn, let us learn. Why is that ego coming in between, saying, what is there should I learn from my child? And then the first thing for any parent to understand, today, if they missed studies, they will definitely learn that on Google and YouTube. But trust me, there are so many devices to give you knowledge. They will know the knowledge, no problem. But what will they do with the knowledge? We don't even know what to do with it. They say mathematics. Come on, you're going to teach them LCM, HCF. You're going to teach them cos theta, tan theta. The other day, my cousin was telling me, hey, what are we going to do with this in life? Even I learned it by not doing anything. So teach them something which they know what to do in their lives. So that's very, very important. If not now, if you have missed your education in pandemics, it will definitely happen later. But don't waste the time. The learning has to happen. And most important, the emotional bonding which was missing, that has to be developed. So that people are not doing, and many have utilized in a much better way. Families have cooked together. Families have started eating food together. The dining actually happened very, very well. When they were all sitting with mobile phones and watching TVs or by themselves, now everybody have started to being with each other. So we have to start looking at the more positive things which have happened. Learning and education. Learning is a lifetime process. Education will definitely happen. So don't worry. Your children will definitely do their best. Don't think, oh, because of pandemic, that happened, this happened. This is a millennial kid. There's a child yesterday who was telling me, I'm a 2020 pass out. I think I'm the highest curse, highest curse in my life. I asked him why. He says, I'm a 2020 pass out. I'm a 2021, I'm going to enter. There is nothing like that. Please don't add some kind of stigma to the years. Let's go with the way life is happening. So anxieties have to be reduced. So what is, sit and communicate with your children. That's very, very important. Listen to them. Most important, parents or communication means they think they need to talk. No, first please understand you need to listen too. So please sit and listen comfortably. Talk to them and tell them your life histories, tell them your life stories, tell them what you know. I mean, you might know Mahabharata very well, you know Bhagavad Gita very well. Share with them. Even they would have learned a lot of things in school, or they also know a lot of things. You also please listen to them. There's a lot of YouTube learning which the children are actually doing now. I mean, I totally appreciate that. And because of Corona, Every platform has been utilized in the best possible way. See, if not Corona, I don't think we would have also be sitting and talking here, Sukruti. I'm sure you'll agree with me. So let us look, ma'am already mentioned positivity. Let's start looking in about positivity in every aspect. Oh, fine. My child has got stuck to the phone. Utilize the same phone. You gave the phone to the child for learning. Utilize the same device for their development too. So instead of just complaining, cribbing and anything, start looking into every situation in a very positive way. Fine, Corona has come. Fine, no problem. We have to sit at time. Fine, no problem. Learning has to happen. Let us choose a way to do that. If you don't do this, probably you're losing a lot of things.